Hello friends, welcome to this episode of Doc Talk. Today we are lucky indeed to have some experts from across the world and from India in our studio. Today we have with us Professor Vimal Bhandari, who is the Director of the National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization. He is the Director of the apex body controlling the organ sharing program in the country. Welcome sir to our studio.
Thank you.
We also have with us Dr. Maria Paula Gomez, who is the Executive Director of the Transplantation Procurement Management and Donation and Transplantation Institute, Barcelona. Welcome ma'am to the studio.
Thank you.
We are very lucky to have you in our studio and lucky indeed to have you for the last 3 days in Goa. Can you tell us more about the purpose of your visit, ma'am?
I'm coming from the Donation and Transplantation Institute, which is a non-for-profit organization in Barcelona. And this institute is in charge of training healthcare professionals around the world. Right now, we have been training more than 13,000 healthcare professionals, between nurses and doctors, in more than 100 countries around the world. And the purpose of our visit during these 3 days is to support the National Transplant Organization in India and to support the creation and the development of the disease organ donation program for transplant in Goa. We know now, after the visit, of course, that Goa is ready to implement this program in the state, and then we are ready also to support in all the needs that the program could have in the future.
Sir, across the country there is some development when it comes to organ donation. Can you tell us more about what steps the NOTO has been taking?
As you rightly said, it's a National Organ Tissue Transplant Organization which is working on the aegis of Director General of Health Services, Ministry of Health and Government of India. And our mandate is, our aim is to create a national networking system and registry in the country, and also to aware the public, awareness among the public regarding this program, and also to allocate the organ and to procure and distribution of these organs. Apart from that, to promote a disease organ donation campaign, brainstem death program, as we are also, we are having a lot of patient waiting for kidney transplant and heart transplant and liver transplant. 2 lakh people are added every year. We are not able to cope up, and we are just only able to provide 7,500 kidney or a few hundreds heart and a few 1,500 liver in the country, across the country. So we have got 301 center in a country, and 18 states has adopted our this thing, and out of which 200 centers are registered with us. They are doing these activities, but there are still a few states which has not come forward, despite the fact that they are very advanced state, like Goa also not participating in disease organ campaign. So we, as a duty NOTO, we have got also 5 ROTOs, and in Goa comes under the Bombay, that is Regional Organ Tissue Transplant Organizations, and our aim is to form the SOTO here in this advanced state, and they've got a potential also. They have got a good hospitals, government medical college, we've got experts also, and Manipal hospital also. So the patient going, either abroad or somewhere outside your state should not go, and when you have got all infrastructure, logistic and other thing, you should utilize these potentials here. And I must say that apart from that, we have got another work like capacity building, and so we have trained around 1,000 coordinators which are part and parcel of this program, and we are imparting this training to them. We are also training the retrieval surgeon in the country, and also sensitizing the ICU people for these activities.
Madam, like sir has said that they have in India proposed that there should be a NOTO, ROTO and a SOTO. Is there something parallel in Spain as well? Absolutely.
We in Spain, we have similar structure. We have a national transplant organization placed in Madrid, and then we have a state organization in each of the states. And plus that, we have in each hospital organ procurement unit with doctor responsible for organ donation. Then it's equal that the organization here in India.
So Spain is considered as the maximally successful model. What do you think makes the Spain model so successful?
Yes, it's true. Spain is the leading country in organ donation around the world, with 43 donors per million of population. And the successful of the Spanish model is basically that the structure and the organ procurement units and the healthcare professional within the hospital working every day for disease organ donation for transplant.
Sir, is there any proposal to cooperate with Spain at the level of the government?
There is already a MOU. Our Honorable Prime Minister has already had a MOU in May 2017 with Spain, because they have got the highest donation rate in the world. And though we may be having a live donation highest in the world, but we are the lowest in disease organ campaign. So we had a MOU. We are also conducting a meeting, high-level committee meeting on 28th of this month at my Noto office to to have an exchange of ideas and the views, how to go about and how to improve the condition and how to improve the disease organ campaign in this regard.
Yeah, we have to say that we are working together. No, we are here. We are here. Spain is here to support the National Transplant Organization. We know that without a national body, a national authority, it's not possible to implement a transparent and solidarity system, disease organ donation system in the country. Then we collaborate together, and this is not the first time. Since a few years ago, we have been collaborating, and with GOA as well. We are pleased to say that we have a MOU as well signed between Donation and Transplantation Institute and the Indian Medical Association Goa chapter. Then through that we are thinking to develop more actions, more activities regarding support healthcare professionals, educate them, follow the national rules regarding organ allocation, sending the national waiting list to NOTU, etc., etc.
So far, any positives out of the Goa Association for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think so.
So any professionals are getting trained from Goa?
Yes, there is a good news that thanks to a sponsor from Spain, he donates a grant for a doctor in Goa. Then thanks to that, will be possible that one doctor, one healthcare professional comes to Spain now in the next November for 1 week for one intensive advanced training course in disease organ donation. He or she will learn about leading practice in organ donation, and the objective is that this person come back to Goa and be the champion, become the champion in disease organ donation for transplant.
Dr. Saab, the same way, do you have any plans with Noto doing more educational programs in Goa?
Yeah, definitely. We, in this regard, we met with your Honorable Chief Minister also, we met your Speaker also, and we met certain ministers and as well as MLA in Health Secretary also. They were very positive. And the public also wants to, to start this program. But the problem, there was little bit apprehensive, about the legality of this issue. So I don't know why I was surprised that why they are so apprehensive about this legality, because they were quoting some incidents of Bombay. So it was basically it happened long back, and also they stopped for some time their program. Now the program boost up. Probably they are doing maximum number of retrieval this year, as that is also your roto, and so you can just take the step from them, because it may be once in a while it may happen, but the rules are very strict, the law is very strict. Whosoever gets will be behind the bar and all that. So this kind of apprehension should not be there. When there is a potential, there are the experts, there are the colleges, there are the hospital. So they should start as early as possible, because, and this is advanced where the literacy is highest in among other part of the country. They've got a radius of 60 kilometer, so there's even no need for a green corridor and all that. As you know that the retrieval has got a less time for to travel. So I don't know. I know where is a hitch. The health sector was very positive also. So let us go forward. We got a help of Spain also. So let us go together and start the activities as early as possible, because you have also got, as I've heard, that lot of patient waiting for these kind of surgeries, and they are going and they are spending a lot of money on that. So at least we can start kidney and liver, if not heart. And also we can start a retrieval center. We are ready to provide logistic, and we are also able to will provide them the training, and will train the doctors also, and retrieval doctors will provide platform to train the coordinator also. So that is the job of a roto and noto, and the Spain also is helping you in this regard.
Doctor, when a person wants to donate organs or his family wants to donate organs, they also want to see the end result is, benefiting the society and is happening in a very transparent manner. So what is the provisions that makes this organ allocation? How is it done?
See, allocation, we have already have allocation criterias based on certain guidelines. Like we had for kidney, we have got the scoring system. For liver, we have got MELD criteria or some King George criteria, and these criteria made by the experts who are legend in their own field, and then we ask for the public comment on that. So then these allocation criteria, once they are there are consensus, then it was on our website, on the Noto website. Similarly, all other states also had a similar allocation criteria, as they are working for the last 20-25 years or so. But my aim is that they should have a similar sort of allocation criteria to avoid unnecessary problems, and there could be, they can tailor according to the need, but we should display the waiting list honestly. And this waiting list, that the number one should, the one should not, if number one is in the waiting list, it should not go to the waiting list number 20 or the 50. And there should not be any political, or there should not be any bureaucratic, or there should not be any VIP involvement, or any sort of involvement, purchase or some sort of money and all should not be involved.
So Noto looks after all
these. We are looking after this aspect. Even the rotos also, they are very strict, because the rules are very strict in India.
Madam, how long is the waiting time in Spain? This allocation must be proceeding the same way?
Yes, allocation proceeding the same way. We have organ allocation rules, and then the National Transplant Organization and the state organization and are the control body to that monitor that happening that way, and then the waiting time in Spain is less than 12 months for kidney. When there is a patient who needs a kidney transplantation, then in less than 12 months this person will be able to receive a kidney from deceased donor. And for, regarding the other organs like heart, lung or liver or pancreas, is between 5 to 6 months. All of this is possible thanks to two things. One is the structure of the system and the healthcare professional within the hospital, and also the second thing is because of the solidarity of the community, of the population. And after my experience in India, I have to say that I know that India is a solidarity community, then there is not any excuse why not disease donation could be developed and work in the country.
One of the criticisms that they say in the Indian system is that we are a opt-in system, whereas Spain is an opt-out system. You think moving India towards an opt-out system? Let me explain the viewers. Opt-in means you have to say that you have to actually want to donate organs after that, whereas an opt-out system means you are born with a pledge. So you have to literally tell that I don't want to donate. So Spain has an opt-out system. You think that makes the big difference?
Yes, we have an opt-out system, but this is not the solution of the lack of organs. Basically, we believe that each family and each person has the right to decide. We believe that organ donation is a right, and the family can say yes or not, but they have the right to decide. Then we have many studies about countries that they decide to change their law, thinking that changing their law, they will immediately rise organ donation, and they make the opposite effect. The donation rates fall down. Then the most important is that the families be aware about the wishes of their relatives, about the wishes of the person who died, consider and believe that organ donation is the highest act of solidarity that one person can do for another after death. I don't need my organs when I die. Why I have to preserve with me? I can donate these organs in benefit of not only one. It could be 5 or 6 persons that will be benefit for those organs. Then it's an act of solidarity.
So when you say you can donate after you die, at what particular stage can somebody donate? Means what kind of death?
Yeah, to not anyone who die can become donor. This is important to know. No anyone who die in the street could become donor. Only the people who die or the patient who die within a hospital in a certain condition that we call brain death. Only those type of patients will be the ones who will be able to donate if of course, if the family consent, no? Then brain death means that there is a totally and irreversible deterioration of the brain, completely and irreversible. That is not possible to give back this brain.
It's irreversible brain damage.
In India also we can recognize brain death, sir?
Yeah, definitely there's a rules and regulation for that, and we, as per law, we also made a 4-member committee for declaring a brain that, as rightly said, is a irreversible brain damage, and only the heart is beating. On that too, the patient is on ventilator and patient is admitted in ICU. As soon as you remove from the ventilator, patient will immediately die, and the heart is beating, that too for some time, for few hours, that too with some drugs, when we're pushing some drugs. Otherwise his brain higher centers are damaged. So that is basically irreversible brain damage. During that period we have 4 doctors. One is head of the institute is responsible, and other 3 doctors like neurologists, neurosurgeons, teaching physicians, or if neurosurgeons or neurologists not there, then intensivists or anesthetists may take this. Have to declare with certain tests, like there's apnea test, cardiac test, and so many other tests, and they all the 4 members will declare death once. Then after 6 hours again they will perform these tests again to confirm the brain death with an interval of 6 hours. And that is not applicable in case of infant, when it more than 10 hours or so.
Yeah. The important is that there is no doubt. So no one can hesitate when the brain death diagnosis occurs. No, there is a very technical and specialized test, and when a doctor determines in this second examination that is brain death, then that means that this person passed away, is the death of the person.
Which common settings do we see? Means, does it happen all the time? Malaria infections and all?
Not really, not really. It happens only when there is a brain damage. Then we are talking about a traffic accident, for example, or cranial trauma, or we are talking about a brain hemorrhage. It's in a certain specific condition. Then not everybody will be able to become donor.
So how many brain deaths you expect?
In our country, the scenario is different. We have got 1.5 lakh people dying following a road traffic accident. So in their case, more stroke hemorrhage patient comes. Our hemorrhage and these are secondary, as road accidents are more. So 1.5 lakh people die in the country every year. Even in Goa, you may find 1 or 2 people dying every day.
We have 350 deaths a year.
So these are unfortunate incidents, but we not able to. They are young patients. So we can utilize in case we are aware of this, and if we are through the medium or through the media or through the television, all the public is aware. Then we can try these. These are the potential patient for us. And of course the hemorrhage, he rightly said.
Dr. Saab has visited the Goa Medical College today. What do you find? What is the potential?
I think so. They are quite competent enough. They've got a nephrologist, they've got a neurosurgeons, they've got a trained intensivist, and they've got a neurologist also. They've got a beautiful ICU also, and they've got a cardiothoracic surgeon also, blood bank also, CT, MRI, everything they have got. So I don't think so. Where is the hitch? They should have started. As I was just surprised to know that they only did a 14 kidney transplant. They would have done, because the list of maybe of 1,000 waiting for a kidney transplant.
Around 200 people in Goa.
Maybe. So they they should be. I mean, even the liver transplant you can start. In this scenario, I have seen when I visited many parts of the other country, and this probably hospital is better than that hospitals. They are doing. I mean, they're doing a lot of work. Even a small hospitals are really doing well as compared to vis-a-vis to this government medical college. So I think so they can do wonder.
What is the role of private sector in this?
The private sectors, of course, they have got a better infrastructure as compared to government setup.
You find that in Goa also?
Yeah, in Manipal also I found a beautiful ICU, And of course they have got a very trained staff from abroad also, from the national level also. But only constraint I just find in other corporate hospital, I don't know about here, is because they declaration of this brain dead patient, I mean they, this road traffic accident comes to the government setup hospital, so retrieval are less as compared to, which I observed, is compared to the government hospital, where the government hospital got a lot of patients, trauma patient, and the corporate hospital usually have a less patients and retrieval are less. But they are more advanced as far as this transplant procedure is concerned. They trained doctors for kidney, for liver, and for heart are more as compared to the government setups. So if they combine, they collectively and team, comprehensively work together, I think it makes a wonderful team.
It's a team.
So what happens if organ is available in one hospital? Does all the transplant happen there, or?
No, there's guidelines. There's if you procure and if you procure or you are retrieving these organs, suppose it is in the government hospital. If you got a facilities there in the government, let's take a kidney. So you have to take one kidney, and other kidney will go to the pool, either to your other hospital, which is recognized or registered by the NOTO. And if you are not able to take it, there's no other hospital, then it has to go to the ROTOs. Then ROTO will distribute this organ. Let's say now, if there's no heart stakeholders, I mean you are not doing any heart transplant there, so you have to retrieve it, but you have to alert to your ROTOs. I mean if there is a SOTO, then the SOTO will ask the other centers. If the other center is not there, then they'll ask the ROTOs. The ROTO is duty of the ROTO. You have to alert to the ROTOs that we have got one heart and one lung. If you got one patient there, you can take this heart and lung. They will send a team. If you don't have a retrieval team also, they will send their team from their hospital to retrieve the heart and lung in case it's possible. If even they are not able to, utilize this heart, at their center, I mean in ROTO level, then we will take alert from the ROTOs as a NOTO. The NOTO will take alert. And NOTO this duty of the NOTO to distribute these organs like heart or lung to the different ROTOs, like in Chennai, like to Chandigarh, provided within a nearest vicinity of this the flight also taken into consideration. And then if we don't utilize these organs, even they don't have a waiting list or they don't have a patient, then this patient will go to NRI. If the patient is registered with the and it is in the waiting list, displayed waiting list. And if NRI is also not there, then we can give to foreigners also, that per is in our law, as per in law. So we have already given 3-4 heart this year because there was no stakeholders in the country. So we had to give to, because we don't want to spoil this organ. They are human resources. They should be utilized for the human welfare, human being. So we want that it should be.
So all in all, in Goa, if we start, then we could easily share organs. What cannot be utilized in Goa with Bombay, for example, Mumbai.
We have to give to the ROTOs. Yeah.
So what stops Goa? You think one key person who can really lead Goa into the new area? You think you met our Honorable CM. What is your assessment?
Honorable CM was also very keen. He was he told us that he is ready to start it, provided he was little bit apprehensive about the legality. That's what. So I told, sir, this should not be a problem. It was a problem in the Maharashtra. Why it was a problem which was sorted out.
Doesn't the government control the whole transplant structure organization? The government must be having adequate control through the
government has got the rules. There are very strict rules and guidelines. I mean, it's very difficult. Whosoever is doing it, it's not at the, maybe it was just ignorance of the rule, it happened. But the rules are very strict. They, in 2011, it was less strict rule as compared to 2014. Now the punishment is double, the money is double, it may be in a crore rupees, and 10-year imprisonment. And despite there may be 1 or 2, there are black sheeps, everywhere, in every field. It is not on the medical field, maybe you take any field. So it doesn't mean that we'll stop doing these activities.
I think that the big difference now is that there is a national transplant organization who is working very proactive to control and to organize the system. And there is healthcare professionals very committed as well to develop the system in right way. as is happening here in Goa. No? Goa has everything to succeed, has excellent healthcare professionals, excellent facilities, hospitals and private clinics, and I think this is a teamwork. We cannot say this is just a public or this is just a private. Everybody has to work together, and the benefit people will be the patient, the dialysis patient, and the patient in need of an organ for transplant. All of them will be benefit for this networking team.
This looks like there is a lot of expense involved in transplant, no? But you think, is it economically viable to do transplant or dialysis?
Absolutely, and this is something that we have clearly measured in our countries in Europe. Then we know that transplant, after the second year of the transplantation, cost half of the cost of dialysis, of 1 year in dialysis. Then, apart from the quality of life, you know that a person who is in dialysis, probably he or she cannot work, has to come to the hospital every day or 3 or 4 days a week. And then apart from that is the cost that we save. It's very expensive. If we take this patient from dialysis, we offer the opportunity of a kidney and transplant this patient, after the second year we will save 50% of the budget to the healthcare system and to the patient. Then there is no reason why not transplantation.
In government of India, those were the government, and there's no fees also. I mean, even the immunosuppressant drugs after the kidney transplant or any transplant are free of cost, you know, for these people for a few years or so. So, and as she rightly said, that the expenses are more when you do go for dialysis thrice a week, you know, and he cannot earn his bread and butter. While after transplant, you know, we have seen the people, as a kidney transplant surgeon, I can say that people are living more than 20 years if it is from the same gene, from the same HLA matching. If it is even not HLA matching, like spouse, you know, even the success rate is very high. I mean, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, you know, down the line, maybe more than that. So I think it's a big thing, you know, the patient can work and earn his bread and butter. He is not going for dialysis twice or thrice in the hospital, and you know, so it is always better for a kidney, as I'm talking about. Liver also the same thing. And in liver also there's a, you know, once you give a slice of liver, and the liver has got a regenerative capacity. Liver will be same, you know, of same weight also after 3-4 months or 6 months. That period.
Dr. Maria, what would be your final message for our viewers?
Without no doubt, I will invite the community to think about donate their organs. I will say that is the highest act of generosity that one person can do for another. After that, donate their organs. With one donor, will be possible to save more than 7 lives. Then start to talk with your relative about what do you want when you die.
Thank you, doctor, for being with us. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Hope to have you again in Goa.
I hope
to have a long collaboration with Spain and with the NATO, and that Goa will achieve the heights in transplantation.
Thank you.
Thank you.